For nearly a decade, Indian political rhetoric has celebrated the rise of a new muscular India, a nation supposedly liberated from Congress's perceived softness and recast as an assertive Bharat under the BJP. This ideological shift, rooted in the historic divide between Nehru's diplomatic caution and Savarkar's ethno-national ambition, has increasingly found its most aggressive expression in cinema. Over the past several years, films have not merely mirrored this transformation, they've actively shaped it, reinforcing a vision of strength built on Hindu ethno-supremacy and geopolitical aggression. Dhurandhar, a big-budget production funded by the Mukesh Ambani Group among the closest corporate allies of Prime Minister Modi, fits perfectly into this evolving cinematic ecosystem. Marketed as a Karachi crime saga, it is in practice an exercise in political myth-making. Its narrative strategy is clear. Lift a few authentic fragments from Lyari's violent history, then inflate them into a sweeping story about India's goodwill repeatedly betrayed by Pakistan, culminating in a new doctrine of punitive retaliation under BJP rule. Moments of apparent realism are strategically placed to anchor the viewer before the film escalates into geopolitical fantasy. The supposed crime drama slides quickly into nationalist hysteria, presenting India not as a neighboring state, but as a misunderstood, long-suffering power finally choosing decisive retribution. This is not accident, it is agenda. Aditya Dhar's creative arc reinforces the film's ideological posture. Years ago, he was developing a film with Fawad Khan, a collaboration quietly abandoned as India's political climate hardened and cross-border artistic work became untenable. Dhar then pivoted decisively into state-aligned storytelling, with Uri setting the template for hyper-masculine, militarized nationalism in contemporary Bollywood. His wife, Yami Gautam, appears frequently in similar projects, Article 370 being a recent example, together forming a creative pairing remarkably aligned with government narratives. The surrounding media climate compounds this alignment. Critics have faced pressure not to dissent, most notably Anupama Chopra, whose negative review, condemning Bollywood's accelerating glorification of violence from Animal to Dhurandhar, was effectively suppressed. She warned that violence dressed as patriotism desensitizes the public, a disturbing trend in a society already grappling with real-world brutality like the Nirbhaya case. Cinema that normalizes aggression, even aesthetically, contributes to a culture in which violence becomes less shocking and more permissible. Yet even setting politics aside, Dhurandhar simply fails as cinema. It is a missed opportunity inflated into a frustrating, exhausting watch. The narrative is bloated, dragging far too long without purpose. The plot is painfully predictable, the emotional journey flat, and the characters psychologically hollow. Almost everyone in the film feels like a tool built to serve a one-dimensional agenda rather than a human being with depth or motivation. Even dialogues meant to be iconic land with unintended humor. They will indeed be remembered, but for all the wrong reasons. The violence, meanwhile, is gratuitous, shock for shock's sake, unearned and inorganic. Akshay Khanna delivers the only noteworthy performance. His intensity and control offer the film's few compelling moments, but even he cannot elevate a screenplay that is fundamentally shallow and structurally weak. His presence gives the illusion of gravity, but the film around him is too thin to sustain it. The representation of Lyari and Karachi fares no better. The film's cultural frame misfires at every turn. Alien soundtracks, Bollywoodized costumes, inconsistent accents, and a superficial sense of geography. Lyari becomes a cardboard backdrop shaped not by research or insight, but by pre-existing anxieties transplanted from across the border. Authenticity evaporates, replaced by stereotypes and invented atmospheres. In the end, Dhurandhar is less a film about Karachi and more a film about the fantasies of a self-styled strong India. It mistakes noise for nuance and ideology for insight. As cinema, it is restless, overclocked, and curiously hollow, an artifact of its political moment rather than a work capable of standing above it. Whether one calls it a crime drama or a nationalist fever dream, Dhurandhar ultimately reveals far more about the anxieties of contemporary Indian cinema than about the city it claims to depict.